Well, what's up, everybody? Jonathan here on Pacific Inlet today, and I thought what I'd do today is finally get all this cleaned up over here on this right-hand side of the road. I got the cable skidder, and I found this little group of trees right here, and there's actually another one right there we need to get, and then I had already skidded up one down there. We'll pick up on the way out, but got to get this little group of trees first. But I thought what we'd do is try to get all this cleaned up for once and all. I haven't got around to that. I think last time we jumped over and did some wood chipping, but we'll see if we can't get all this cleaned up. There's not much left over here. I did a little quick pass just in this general area, and there's not anything over here. So let's see if we can't get that last tree up there. Then we'll be just about ready to kind of abandon this area and move on to landing number 1. But I hope y'all are having a good Thanksgiving Eve. For those of us in the United States, tomorrow is Thanksgiving, so be celebrating that. And I am definitely looking forward to some good food, and I will be eating a lot of it. Alright, there we go. Now we got them all. And let's see if we can navigate the minefield of stumps and make it back to the landing without too much trouble. Some of these other little trees, well, let's see, this one's actually a pretty good sized tree right here. Let's see if I can't grab that. Yeah, look at that skidder. That thing's got some power now. I'm not sure what it's getting hung up on. Maybe there's a couple of stumps over there. One of the treetops is getting hung on them. Alright, that should work. Let's grab this one too. I think that tree right there we just got was one of those that I flung over that way somewhere. Well, I tell you, these stumps are just ridiculous in here. I really should have taken the time and made some lanes with the stump grinder just to get some of these things out of the way. But we're just about done, so it doesn't matter now. Alright, now let's make another pass back to the far end and see if there's anything down here we need to get. I think I saw a couple of trees back the other way, but we'll go this way first and then come back. Get up here on this ridge so I can see if there's anything over here. I want to say I came back down here with the wood chipper and got most of everything. I don't see anything. Yeah, it's looking pretty good back over here. I think I did get everything with the wood chipper. Yeah, I don't even see any trees left standing. I think I saw one back this way somewhere, but I'm not worried about one tree. Oops. Alright, so let's head back this way and see if we can't find those. I think I saw a group of trees back this way that we need to get. And I think that's going to do it. Yeah, there's a pretty good little bunch right over here. Well, there's a couple up this way too. Let's try to get all this gathered up. I'm gonna start a bunch kind of right here in this area. Yeah, I really hate all these stumps. Alright, let's just do it this way. Just kind of go straight out, and then we'll come down the road, back in, maybe, or just drop these off and come and get the others, I guess. Be easy. I think there is some more trees over there I gotta get, but not worth the trouble of all those stumps. Yeah, so in case you missed it, on Monday I had a new map. Well, new to the channel. I'm not sure exactly how new it is. It's fairly new, I suppose, but I hadn't really heard about it until not too long ago. But I'm looking forward to this map because it's a pretty nice map, but it's also seasons enabled. And the only other map I think I had that was seasons enabled was possibly Crossroads. I can't remember if it was Crossroads or if it was a different one, but I haven't played a map yet all the way through the seasons where, you know, it actually goes to winter and snows and all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll definitely play a lot of Black Mountain. And I don't remember if Appalachian Mountain was seasons enabled or not. I just can't remember. But I'm looking forward to that because I do have a Kenworth truck that has a snowplow on it, so I'm looking forward to being able to use that. But so far I haven't played enough to get there. I guess what I really should do is just take a test game save and just, you know, let the time zip on by until it gets to winter and then see what happens. Oops. fact, I may do that. I may take a test game save, just one I'm not going to put here on the YouTube channel, and I'll just over a couple of hours or whatever, I'll just increase the time on up to 120, and then just see what happens when it gets to winter. That'd be kind of cool, and test out my Kenworth truck with the snowplow on it. All right, come on now. I've actually got a couple of game saves that I do test things on. I've got one where I modded in, oh, I don't know, it's something crazy, $10 million or something, just to test mods and stuff. But that I need to actually go through that and clear out a bunch of stuff, because when you start getting a bunch of mods all together, it starts acting kind of goofy sometimes. And I don't have a super fast computer, so the frame rate drops pretty good. In fact, I've been thinking about getting a new graphics card for this computer. There's a couple of different ones that I've been looking at. The NVIDIA 1050 and 1060 I think will both work in this computer. I don't think a 1070 would. I'd probably have to upgrade the power supply as well as the graphics card, and I just don't think that's worth it, because this computer's it's pretty old actually. I don't remember when I got this computer. It was either, let's see, I think it was maybe around 2012 or something. It's been a while, but it's a good little computer. It's a Dell XPS 8300. It may be newer than that, I can't remember. I may have gotten it in 13 or 14. Maybe it was. I don't know. I think it was about. It's at least 5 years old. I know that. Or I guess I should say at least 3. It's at least 3 years old. All right. Yeah. So that's gonna be. You know, anything that's left over there, if we happen to see it later on, we'll just go get it. I don't even know why I'm keeping this skidder around, but. I'll use it to kind of bunch this pile up, because it does do a pretty good job of that. Actually, before I even started this this video today, I was thinking about going with the Caterpillar 555 skidder, this grapple skidder, but I sure do like this cable skidder. It's just so much easier. I mean, when I'm skidding up a bunch of logs, it's so much easier. Because I can skid up, you know, as many as, well, I hadn't really tested the IMT skidder since I made the horsepower upgrades, but I'm guessing I could probably easily pull 10 trees, 10 big trees too, not those little ones. But I mean, when you're talking about skidding up 2 trees with a grapple, the grapple loader, versus 10 trees with the cable skidder, is a no-brainer. You know, why would you want to go with the grapple skidder? Now the weather forecast up there in the top right next to the time, that kind of looks like snow to me. But I don't think it's gonna, it doesn't stick and accumulate. It just kind of falls from the sky, I guess. So maybe we'll just say it's one of those wintry days where it snows, but it's not warm enough to stick. Here in North Louisiana, we're lucky if we even get snow. I used to live in Arkansas, and we get snow about every year. They're close to Little Rock, but it's it's about 3 hours north of here, so it's a good bit cooler in the winter. Not quite as humid either. And the conditions have to be just right for us to get snow, and it's not every year for sure. Seems like that about midway through Arkansas and south, it's just like there's a line there, and every time a winter weather rolls through it, it snows in Arkansas, but not in Louisiana. Or if we do get anything here, it's just real light and it doesn't stick. Just not cold enough. One year when I was still living in Arkansas, we had a pretty... Whoa, okay, never seen that before. Wow. We had a pretty good snowstorm come through. Oh, golly. And I was actually in Shreveport, Louisiana at that time, visiting some relatives, and I was headed back to Little Rock area to my house, and I left out pretty early that morning to try to beat some of that weather that was coming in, because they were starting to close bridges and stuff in Shreveport, and actually I had to take a pretty crazy route just to get back to the highway to get north. But finally got all that passed, and it was, about, I don't know, about halfway or so between Shreveport and Little Rock. It was starting to get pretty icy and pretty, snow was coming down, all that good stuff. And, alright, what are you doing, tree? But I mean, I just barely beat it. I mean, I got back to the house, and later that night, it was bad. I think I'm gonna get some of these trees out of here before we try to do any more. Because when this pile starts getting big, it starts getting weird. Alright, let's get us a log truck. But yeah, it was pretty cool though, because when I got back to the house and pulled it in the garage, I mean, my truck had ice all over it, but the wheels were just like, had these weird star patterns of icicles. It was kind of neat. Come on, stop. Alright, I'm gonna get some of this stuff out of the way first. Trying to go as fast as I can and get these trucks loaded so we can get on to other things, but I think this video may be just finishing up on this side today. For those of you that like the map Ridgecrest, and you probably saw me do some videos a while back on Ridgecrest, I was watching a video today where the creator of that, I guess Zombie Dogs is it? Uh, he's working on a new version of the map, and they've got a wood chip ramp now where you can just drive the truck up onto the ramp, and you raise the ramp just like you do at a paper mill or something, and all the wood chips come out the back of the trailer, if you have the right kind of trailer, that is. Which is one thing I'm a bit concerned about, is if he's got a custom-made trailer, how are we supposed to empty anything out? But I guess maybe there's a trailer out there that's got a tipper that goes out the back that I can use. But anyway, he was doing some testing on the map, and I was checking it out. It's really nice, super nice. A lot more trees than last time. But I tell you that if the modders keep going the way they're going, there ain't gonna be many left. I think I kind of ranted about this in a previous video, but I mean, if you know, there's some of these modders out there, they put a lot of time into these things, and they can't cater to everyone's needs, and you know, everybody wants something now, and you gotta wait for this stuff. I mean, they release it when it's ready, you know. But anyway, if the modders keep going the rate they're going, there won't be any left. So it's good that folks are still out there willing to put something out there for free. Because I mean, that's what it's all about. You know, it's a community. It's people that like to play this game, that just enjoy playing it, and enjoy doing things because people enjoy playing it. So just have some patience. And you know, I don't know why everybody likes using those auto-loader trailers. I mean, this is realistic right here. This is the real thing. And it's kind of fun. It's kind of relaxing, kind of fun. It's frustrating sometimes because the logs get all screwy if you get them in there the wrong way or whatever. But I mean, if you take some time and you know, get your pile right to begin with, then you won't have any issues. Alright, let's see what we got. Well, there's one log in there kind of weird, but I think that's going to do it. We'll go ahead and strap that down. Let's get this one up here behind this other truck. And we'll probably, let's see. Oh yeah, we got enough for one more, maybe two more loads. Alright, let me grab this other truck right quick. Oops, I went the wrong way. There it was. And that's one thing that I don't do is be real particular about my log pile. Here at the landing, I just kind of let them go wherever they go. I mean, I'm trying to keep them in a somewhat uniform, you know, it's not like pickup sticks or something, but they're somewhat uniform. But yeah, if you can keep them as straight as you can right here, it makes the loading them a whole lot easier. You can get some good grabs like this, and then get your truck loaded pretty quick. Whereas at the beginning of this load, the last truck, I had a lot of problems because I was having to get trees straightened out and I wasn't able to get any good grabs on there. And the map auto save kicks in. Alright, it's kind of messy, but I'm going to go ahead and call that a load. And then we got, let's see, on the ground, we probably got close to another load. It's probably like 3/4 of a load. And then with what's left to be processed, that's probably gonna make us up another load. So we got at least one more load, but let's go ahead and get these trucks down to the sawmill and get these either delivered or stored. Let's look at our prices and see what we got going on here. I haven't looked at the prices today. 277 we're down, so let's go look over here at our log storage area and see if we've got anything in there. If we don't, we'll store these. Yeah, there's a little bit in there. I think I'm going to move these though over here to this area. Or not move them, but store them over in this other bunk. Because when you start getting too many trees over in one area, it gets really weird. Whoops. If you've been watching the Gold Rush videos I've been doing here on the channel, I'm getting ready to move to a different claim, and not to move, but just to get another operation going. That way we can cycle between the two. I've got we first started off on Old Arnold parcel, and now we're gonna switch over to Rivertown, and then we can you know, if we want to work on Old Arnold, we can work on that. If we want to switch over to Rivertown, we can do that too. So, and I'll probably switch back and forth between you know, the two claims, and that's a lot of fun. In fact, there was just an update today, which I haven't had a chance to play the game yet today, so I'll check that out later and probably make a video for next week, because I've already got one made for Friday, Gold Rush Friday. We do a cleanup. Yeah, so over on Gold Rush on Friday, be watching for the cleanup. I actually got the duplex jig on the big wash plant. The buckets are full, so I'll have those, and then I've got the actually put the screens on the miner's moss on the sluice boxes. I forgot to do that last time, and so we do a cleanup with the mats too. So you just have to wait and see what the results were, but to see how much we got, I zeroed everything out, the gold count. I sold all the gold that we had and stopped all the workers so we could do an accurate count of how much gold we got out of the big wash plant. It wasn't as much as I thought, but it was a pretty good bit. Because on the show, I mean, well, I guess it just depends. I mean, the Hoffmans, they might get like 10 ounces or something, but you know, Parker, he's getting like 100 ounces per cleanup, or even more than that, sometimes 120, 140. So it's not exactly realistic in that sense, and I hope they do change that at some point. I know they were talked about, you know, different parts of the claim having different concentrations of gold. So I think they actually implemented that, but I believe with this latest patch they maybe balanced it some more even. So I'm looking forward to playing that. Alright, I don't know what my setup's going to be up there at landing number 1 just yet, so I'm going to leave my trucks down here on this road. And I think just for the sake of time, I'm going to sell these last 2 loads of logs. I don't want to take the time to offload them. We've got a pretty good pile over there anyway, so we don't need any more stockpiled at the moment. Plus we got tons of wood chips, and we got nearly 2 million liters of wood chips. So just for the sake of time, I'm going to sell these last 2 loads. And when I finish up here today, I'm gonna I'll show you in just a minute, but I found a couple new mods, wood chipper mods that somebody put out. They look like they might be pretty good. Now the ones that I don't like, which these are those, but I'll have to test and see if I like them any better than the others. But these do have conveyor belts to feed the logs into the chipper, and I don't really like that because, you know, you got to get them on there just right, and sometimes the conveyor belt doesn't feed them in very good, and then I don't know. I just don't like the conveyor belt ones. But I wish somebody come out with a tub grinder where you just use the grapple and, you know, dump them in a tub, which I guess the Beast is about as close as we've got. And the Beast is pretty good. I like it. But you know, I don't know. I'll test them out and see. We may end up using them here, we may not. Alright, so we got all 3 trucks lined up, ready to go. Alright, and let's see. Let me hop in my truck. Let's just go up here to landing number 1. I don't think there's any equipment up here at the moment, so we should have a fresh site to look at. Yeah, so there's nothing up here. Okay, so let's get our equipment up this way. I think I'm just going to track the machines up here. It'll take a minute, but I don't think we need to lowboy them up here because it's just right up the road. But I think I am going to go ahead and hook up this fuel trailer. My truck turned off. And let's see, we need, well, we still got stuff to process. Oh, well. Okay, well. Alright, I know what to do. Let's do. Okay, so I'm going to. Okay, I know we were trying to clean up this area here today, but there's just this little bit of trees left. I'm gonna get these processed off camera, and we'll clean up everything. And I'll get the last truck. This should be, with what's left on the ground plus this, that should be. If it's over one load, it's just gonna be barely over one load. So I'll get this done off camera, and so then when we come back, we won't have to worry about that anymore. But what I want to do is let's hop back up in our feller buncher, and let's cut some more trees, because what we were doing last time was, let's look at this map again. So we went kind of straight out from one towards that road leading up to Mongatua Mountain or whatever it's called. And then we went south on that road, then came around back towards the sawmill. But what I want to do this time is let's just kind of tighten the circle a little bit. We'll go back to where we started and see if we can't work a bit more in there. And I may not be able to go right down the path that we took before, just because it's a bunch of trees will be in the way. So we'll try to just kind of skirt around it a little bit, but I do want to cut another swath down through here. In fact, tell you what, let's do this. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna, let's see, I need to go this way. I'm gonna cut up another path down through here, because we took off right in front of the boom up that way is where we took off last time first. Now I'm gonna go right in between these two little ridges, these little gray ridges, if you can see that on the map. I'm gonna go right through there. So we'll just do a little cutting here to finish off the video today. And that way it'll give us a bit more trees right here close to the landing too, so we can get some more trees skidded up a little quicker. Alright. Come on now. Cut. Oh, it had to fall right on me, didn't it? It's always funny whenever those trees in the ground like that, when you cut them, they pop out. Oops. Still too close to that tree. Oh, come on. Well, my wife and I just got finished watching Punisher on Netflix. If you're a fan of Marvel and the Punisher character, you need to check that out. It's pretty good. It's pretty violent at times, but it's pretty good. They did a real good job on that. And I don't know if I mentioned it in a previous video, but we went and saw Justice League, and that was really good. I read just yesterday where the box office ratings were way down from what they projected, but I suspect that a lot of folks, with it being Thanksgiving holiday weekend, before the Thanksgiving before weekend, and then Punisher coming out on Netflix, that I imagine a lot of people just stayed at home or was traveling or whatever. So I don't know. You can't always blame uh, or you can't always listen to the critics about what's doing well or not doing well. You gotta it's a lot of other things come into play, but I thought Justice League was really good, really good. There's a couple things I would have done different if I was in charge, but it's just me talking. But overall, it's pretty good. I would definitely not take your young son or daughter to see it, though. There was some, a good bit of violence and some occasional curse words in there. So unless you don't care about that stuff, but most people that I know don't want their kids listening to that kind of language. Anyway, overall, good movie. Good movie. And so the next movie that I want to see is most likely going to be a new Star Wars movie. So we'll go see that. And hopefully that will be pretty good. Yeah, so obviously I'm not bunching these, I'm just cutting them. And what we'll do is when we come back with our cable skidder, I'll just back up a good ways and then we'll grab a tree and then come forward and then grab the next one and just keep going until we get a good bunch. I probably should be trying to bunch these, but I don't know. It's a lot more work to bunch them than it is just to cut them down and kind of put them in a nice spot where you can grab them with the skidder. Oops, I've already gone off my path. I was going to cut right down the middle. I guess I need to keep that little map up so I can see where I'm going. I guess I could kind of bunch them some. It's so hard to judge sometimes how close you are to these trees, and this big old head's in the way. Oh well. Sometimes I can grab those that are on the ground like that, sometimes I can't. It's kind of tough. Alright, what's going on here? No, not have much luck with these trees in here. Alright, I'm gonna make my best attempt to make it down to the road here pretty quick, and then we'll end the video for today. And when we come back, I'll have all that area on the right hand side of that road finished up and trucks loaded, and I'll have them sitting there ready to go hopefully, and then we can just either store or deliver those, or store and sell them, and then we'll be ready to move on to this area. And this is going to be actually one of the bigger parts of the map. I mean, you know, we kind of cut everything on the right hand side leading up to Catsea Lake. We've cut a little bit in the northern part of the map around Davison Lake up there. We cut actually quite a bit up in there. But this is the kind of the meat of the map right here, is this Mongatua Mountain and Ashworth Mountain. And we hadn't even touched Dudley Mountain. I mean, there's landing number 4. We hadn't even touched that. So there's still a quite a bit trees to cut on this map, and I'm still hoping, you know, to cut the whole map. It's doable for sure, but it's just a matter of you know, can I keep it going? Because it's a lot of work. It really is. Many hours of gameplay. In fact, on this map alone, I've got, we're getting close to, I think it's about 275 hours. I don't know how many days that is. It's a bunch. It's, let's see, 24 hours in the day, so I guess it's 24 days plus 20 something, almost 30 days. Come on. I think we're about to get jammed up in here. I don't know if this is trees that I've previously cut, or if these are ones that are stuck in the ground, or what we got going on here, but we got a pretty good tangle of trees. I don't know why it does that. Some of these trees just will not cut right. Well, I think I'm just going to kind of go out this way because I'm kind of got myself into a jam. Can't even see what I'm doing anymore. Oh, come on. Alright, well, I'm starting to get into a bit of a jam here with all these trees, and so I think I'm just going to go ahead and somehow get out of here without cutting any more. Because I got trees that are on the ground from last time, and just big mess in here. Whew. Okay, there we go. And what I'll do is, as I'm heading back up towards the landing, I'll kind of reach in here and grab a few trees as I go and cut a few more, so that way we'll really have a bunch of trees to skid up then. I don't know if I ever made it. I think I got down close to the sawmill and then I cut back in, so yeah, I didn't quite make it all the way down to the sawmill, so I'll probably do that too this time instead of cutting back up through the woods to the landing. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and hop out of here. And alright, so for next time, like I said, I'm on the right hand side where it says Cerna Pass over there. I'll get all the rest of those trees processed, loaded, then we'll have the trucks ready to go. And then next time we're going to move all of our equipment up to landing number 1. And I'll try to have maybe a few more trees cut, but we got a bunch of ground already, so I don't know if that's necessary. But and we might get everything moved over to this new landing and then hop back up to landing number 2 and do some more wood chipping, because we got to get that moving along a little bit too. But anyway, we got plenty of stuff to do. And so yeah, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you hadn't already, hit the subscribe button, because we do a lot of forestry here on this channel on Farming Simulator 17 anyway. And yeah, there's lots of good stuff going on here with Farming Simulator. So if you like your stuff, hit that subscribe button and check us out. So anyway, this is Jonathan on Pacific Inlet, and hope y'all have a happy Thanksgiving. Celebrate that tomorrow. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.